Hey everybody, welcome back to BJDs for Newbies, my video series about all things ball jointed doll related, geared towards those of you that are new to the hobby. It's pretty simple, it's not that complicated. The most well-known way of hybriding a doll is basically you're just taking a head from one company and you're putting it on a body from a different company. And that's it. There's also other forms of hybriding, which I think it's like called Frankendolling or something like that. It's basically where you take a bunch of different parts from different companies and you put them all together to make one doll, which I know a lot of people that are into fantasy dolls will do. Like they might like the hooves from a Zoom doll, but they really like the jointing mobility of like Fairyland or something, and they modify the pieces to fit all together. Some of y'all might be wondering, well, why the heck would anybody want to hybrid a doll when it's so easy to just buy the full doll from a company? Well, you know, there's a bunch of different reasons. Everybody's got their own. Some people, it might be a cost issue. They might really like they might really like the heads from one company, but the company is like their full dolls are like really expensive and they're out of this person's budget, so they get a head from the company and then they go and find a body from a less expensive company and then put them together and they have a cool doll. Other people, they might like just the aesthetics of the heads from one company, but they like the aesthetics of the bodies from another, and so on and so forth. In the case of my hybrid, Rhea, she's currently my only hybrid in my collection. Her head, which is a Notdoll Lab Bleu Citron or whatever. I had bought her head separately a couple years prior to actually getting her a body. And in my opinion, her head looked huge on a regular MSD body, which is what she was originally sold on. And I didn't like it. She looked too bobble-headed and stuff, so I decided to look into 50 centimeter scale bodies. And I ended up really liking how the DollsTown Elf body looked, and that's what I got. And then in her case, I got the body in pale tan and then had the head blushed to match. She used to be like almost white colored. She was really pale. So it just depends on what you want out of your doll. No, there's not really any wrong reason to hybrid. It's just something you do just to make a doll that you really want. As great as hybriding is, there's some pros and cons, you know? The pros, of course, would be you're getting the doll that you want, you know, the head that you want, the body that you want, and it's great. But, well, the cons would be that if, say, you're getting a doll head that is of a lighter color, you're gonna have to do more research into resin matching if that's something that you're really about. I know some people, they don't really care about resin matching. As long as it's good, like just close enough, it's good enough. But for a lot of people, they want the head color to match the body's color. And so you'll have to do research on all of that. And it could be very stressful and time consuming. And then another con would be cost. And I know before I said that cost was a reason people hybrid. Well, sometimes hybrids can end up costing more than buying the whole doll from a company. Because like, in my case, Rhea, she did cost me a pretty penny. The company that she was originally made by, Notdoll Lab, they went out of business a couple years ago, and she wasn't a very popular sculpt. So, you know, the person that was selling her was able to sell her for, you know, like full price, and I think maybe a little bit more. So I had to pay a pretty penny on her, just her head. And then DollsTown, while I really like their bodies, DollsTown is a higher end company as far as cost goes. So I ended up having to pay a good amount of money just for her body. So sometimes hybriding, depending on what you want out of it, it can cost you more than if you just bought the full doll from, you know, the company that the head came from. So, yeah. And that's pretty much all that hybriding is about. On paper, it's a pretty simple process. In reality, it can be kind of a pain in the butt to get your doll all put together. But it's very worth it once you do get all you want. I wouldn't really suggest newbies getting into it, just because it's, you know, involves a whole lot of research and having to have a lot of knowledge about different companies and their body construction and all that to, you know, get what you want out of your doll. So I would really suggest, you know, maybe if you really want to get a doll, maybe starting out with, you know, buying a full doll from a company, or, you know, you could buy a hybrid from somebody secondhand and that's fine. I wouldn't suggest starting out hybriding a doll yourself, because, you know, it's a lot. It can be very stressful. But yeah, you know, it's up to you. And that's it for my video today. If you have any questions or feedback, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So you guys are pondering why, or to get the body dog. As fantastic as hybriding is, there are some